when you're working a 9 to 5, you shut your laptop, you get to home, and that's about it until you're back to office the next day. But when you're self-employed, especially when you're just starting out and your home office is your office and your bed and your desk is just like 10 steps away, it can be hard to realize when the workday begins and ends. You'd find yourself working at odd hours, responding to client emails just because you want to get it done, because everything is your responsibility. Before you start outsourcing, you're wearing multiple caps. So yes, it's hard, but with that being said, it is the best decision you're ever going to make if you have the entrepreneurial drive.
You are listening to the Self-Employed Success Podcast. This is your source for inspiration, advice, and strategies for building financial independence without a traditional corporate job. Each episode features interviews with successful entrepreneurs, freelancers, and business owners who have achieved financial freedom through self-employment. Whether you're just starting out on your entrepreneurial journey or you're a seasoned pro looking for new ideas, this podcast will give you the tools and insights you need to create a life and business that you love. Join us as we explore the world of self-employment and learn how to build the income, the freedom, and fulfillment you deserve. Today, we're speaking with Tanishka. She refers to herself as an accidental entrepreneur. Tanishka's life plans took her in a different direction, where now she is building up her own successful business. Tanishka's story is a testament to the fact that sometimes our lives take unexpected turns, and it's up to us to make the most of those situations. Let's dive into her journey and learn more about how she turned a detour into a successful career.
So I like to call myself an accidental entrepreneur. So when I was home during the pandemic back in 2020 from university, I was pursuing my degree as a journalism major. And the plan was to, after I graduated, I also wanted to do masters in broadcast journalism and then work as a travel journalist. So that was the dream, that I wanted to work for a travel channel and I wanted to be able to travel the world as a part of my work. I did not go down that route. My business started by fluke. It was this random $30 video editing gig that I got, and I was like, yeah, it's going to be a one-time thing. But before I knew it, a few months later, it was a full-fledged business, and that's what we have as Trend Aligned Media. Even though I completely pivoted from my professional trajectory, the thing that I wanted to do as a travel journalist is not even close to what I'm doing now. But what did stay with me was my love for traveling. And, when I started earning and, I was like, yes, I now have the potential to take trips. I was like, this is genius. Like, the digital nomad lifestyle is not something that's super new. It's not something that I've invented. It's been around for years. And I was like, yes, this is actually possible for me. And instead of being employed and do it for someone else's channel, I could be doing it for myself.
Being a digital nomad entrepreneur allows you to design your lifestyle, work on your own terms, and have the flexibility to travel while still running a successful business. It's an exciting and rewarding way of life that is becoming more and more popular. Let's hear from Tanishka about her own experience and ultimate goals for her digital nomad journey.
So the good thing about having an internet-based business is that you can work from anywhere. Like currently, I'm based in India and I work with people from around the world while sitting at my home. So that was just it. I was like, I can still do that while I travel. My first year in business, 2020, I took one trip. My second year, 2021, I took 2 trips. For 2022, I took 3 trips. And in 2023, I plan on taking 4 trips. So yes, hopefully I plan to scale it to a level where I can travel full time, work remotely from around the world. So yes, that's how it started and that's how it's going.
I asked Tanishka about her thoughts on what makes a successful entrepreneur in today's digital age. In a world where technology has made it easier to communicate, it's still essential to focus on building meaningful connections and delivering exceptional customer service. And Tanishka's insights reminds us that even in the digital age, soft skills are still essential to building a successful business.
What's really important in building a business is to have those soft skills. How are you conversing with your clients? How are you making them feel? Because when you work with a person, you're taking them through a transformational journey. It doesn't matter if you are not necessarily a life coach guiding someone through how their life should be like. No. Every single task that you do, it is a transformational journey. So let's just say if you are a social media manager, right? So you know how to create the graphics, you know how to write the captions, you know how to do the hashtags, all of that good stuff. You are taking your client from being overwhelmed about the social media marketing to sort it and organize. So someone who had no idea, no strategy, no content plan whatsoever, because of your help, they are going to be able to engage with their ideal client and do all of that good stuff because you're helping them. So it is a journey that you're taking them through from point A to point B. But what's super important in this journey is your soft skills. How are you dealing with your clients? How are they feeling with you? Well, are they able to trust you? How well are you winning that trust? Because see, when you want to position yourself as an expert in any field, these are things that come in handy. When you want to build your authority, it's not the arrogance that's going to help you build it, right? Don't be like, hey, I know everything. That's pretty much it. Just, pay me for my job, get the work done, and that'll be it. No, it doesn't really work like that. That's terrible advice for client retention. Please don't do that. But yes, definitely make your clients heard. When someone comes to you, when someone's paying you, make them feel heard. Ensure them that, hey, your business is valued. What I'm doing here is to build you up, and it should be reflected in your marketing. When you say you're inclusive, you shouldn't just say you're inclusive. If you are saying that you're inclusive, but on your website, you're only speaking to a certain type of, person, a certain type of ideal client, but then your messaging also says that you're inclusive, you're not showing it. Do it through your marketing assets, the photos that you're using, the copy that you're using. These are tiny interpersonal skills that come in super handy when you're building a business, and these often get overlooked. But I have seen that the most successful entrepreneurs are those who just don't sell services, they sell an experience. That is what is going to help you not only attract your dream clients but retain them.
I'd love to expand on that point because it's very challenging, right, in the digital space that we live in to really attract our tribe outside of, the norm of what people see. I mean, people are bombarded with content online. I'm a content strategist myself, and I have had several clients come to me because they're trying to stand out. Every business wants to stand out. And so I'd love to spend a little bit of time with you so that you can explain to the listener right now what it means to selling that experience in a digital way. Let's talk about what that means, selling that experience, and then we'll chime in back in regards to your offering and how you help entrepreneurs and self-employed individuals be able to do that very well.
Absolutely. So when I say selling an experience, see, a lot of people have this misconception, or I think it's a rather popular belief that, your customer journey starts the moment they're like, okay, I want to work with you, send me the invoice. For a lot of people, they have it in their mind that that's when their client journey starts. It's not true. Your client's journey with your business starts the moment they stumble onto your first point of interaction. Whether that's your Instagram page, whether that's your website, whether that's your LinkedIn profile, whether that's a community that you're part of, whatever it is, that's your first point of interaction with your client. That's when your client's journey starts. Even before, they're interested in working with you, that's when their journey starts, because you need to take them through this experience that we're talking about, selling the experience. You need to take them through this experience through your marketing assets. Who are you calling out to in your marketing? Who are you speaking to? Do you have complete clarity on who your brand is representing, who your brand is attracting? These are very important. Inbound leads, the people who reach out to you by themselves, they don't just reach out to any business, right? Because like I said, there's an array of options for everyone in today's day and age. You just have to go to a Facebook group. You have to just make a post that, hey, I'm looking to hire so-and-so. And within minutes, you'll have like tens and hundreds of people even messaging you to work with you, because there's so many people in the online space. How are you going to stand out? It's through that experience that starts right when you market your services. How are you talking? That's where the experience starts. The next part of this experience is when a client approaches you, or even if you want to approach a client. When you're new in the business industry, it's sometimes important for you to take initiative, because your clients might not know you exist because yours is a newer business, right? So it's sometimes important for you to reach out. How are you reaching out, and how are you representing your business at that point of time? So let's just say if someone's looking to hire a content strategist, right? If someone's looking to hire a content strategist and you want to work with them, you see that, okay, check out the profile and you're like, okay, this is a good client. Generally, as a more established business owner, your approach is going to be super different from someone who's just starting out. For them, with the mindset of, hey, there's a job opportunity, I just need to apply to it as soon as possible. They'll do zero research. They're not making any efforts to, find out what their client's work looks like, whether or not they are a good client, and whether or not they are in alignment with the kind of services that you're offering. Versus what it looks like when you're building a client experience is you take the time to research the person that you're pitching to, right? You check their website. It's so easy to find someone online these days, you guys, especially if the person's already active. Just go search their name. You'll probably find their websites right on the profiles that you've discovered. If you've discovered them on Facebook, you'll probably find their website right linked onto their profile. Same for LinkedIn, same for Instagram for most people. If not the social media handle that you found them on, try to research them there. Find any point of relevance, and then when you are pitching to them, craft a meaningful pitch around it, right? So let's just say if you are pitching to someone who is, who has a personal brand that educates people about skincare. So you, instead of going there that, hey, I want to be your content strategist, please hire me. Here's my work samples. That's how someone new would typically, approach this, and they'll be like, yes, this is good. I'm telling the client that you need the service. I'm offering the service. Let's work together. Versus how a seasoned player who's creating an experience for the client would approach it would be like, hey, I actually checked out your YouTube video and I love the work that you've been doing with your shorts recently, especially that particular product that you used. I actually had the chance to try it on myself and I think that it's a great fit. So I totally love your recommendations. And since you're hiring, this is something that I also offer as a service, right? Just personalize your pitch, because I promise you, taking the time to personalize your pitch is going to pay off, because they're going to see that yes, you're a person who's genuinely interested in their content and you have knowledge in the content that they want to create, right? So that's when hiring you as a content strategist would make sense for them. Take the time to personalize your pitches, because I promise you, no one in the online business industry is hiring on the basis of fastest fingers first. So, hey, this person commented first and they sent me the first DM, that's who I'm going with. No. They're going to see who has the best, most personalized and most relevant pitch. So take the time to do that. That's the second step of your client experience. And then, of course, you work and you learn, onboarding them, working with them, communicating, setting firm boundaries, having a contract in place. A lot of people get, super overwhelmed by the thought of having a contract, especially when they're new. Your contract doesn't have to be complicated. You see, simplify your contracts for both yourself and your clients, but have firm boundaries in place, payment terms, communication, scope of work. Everything needs to be laid out. Revision requests, revision charges, late fee, rush fee, all of that stuff that you have that you can think of. For the longest time, I did not have late fee clause, and one of my clients delayed my payment by about 7 months. So that's when I learned that I need to have a strict late fee clause in my initial agreement so that this doesn't happen in the future, right? So you learn like that. But set clear expectations in your initial contract. Even if some objections come up during that time, please tackle those objections. Please explain your clients that, hey, this contract has been put in place to protect the both of us. Because of course, the contract isn't one-sided, right? You want to include clauses that protect both you and your client. So that again is a very integral part of building your client experience, because then you start the relationship with clear expectation of what needs to be done. And then, of course, the fourth and my favorite component of building a client experience is to underpromise and overdeliver. I promise you, your clients will love that.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Tanishka. I mean, your story and insights have been truly inspiring. And I know that whoever's listening right now has gained a lot of information, knowledge, insight, and strategies. And as they move through their self-employment journey, whether they're in it right now or aspire to become digital nomads just like you are and started to do so and wanting to go for it full time. It is definitely a great conversation that we just had. I know for a fact that I've picked up a good amount of insights, and I look forward to having them all in the show notes. And regarding the show notes, I'd love for you to share with us what it is that you have in there in regards to your offering and how you are able to help us through our self-employment journey success story.
Definitely. So you will find my website in the show notes, which is www.trendalignmedia.com, as well as my Instagram handle at trendalign. So these are the places where you can connect. Just say hi, even if you don't, necessarily want to hire me. Come say hi. Tell me that you listened to this episode, and if it brought up anything for you, I'd love to learn from you as well. So yes, definitely reach out. On my website, you'll find all of my offers. But what I would particularly like to highlight is one of my offers that is like a bestseller, and I really feel like it'll be beneficial to a lot of people who are just starting out their self-employment journey and don't have like a huge marketing budget, and they want more of a DIY approach towards their marketing. Is my Brisk Marketing Intensive. It's a 90-minute intensive session where we go through the A through Z of your marketing, and we audit everything, what you're currently doing, what's not working, what's working, how to amplify what's working, how to eliminate or alter what's not, what you need to be doing, competitor analysis, and we go through all of it in a 90-minute session. Personalized marketing playbook that's been made specifically for your business with competitor analysis inside. You will get a copy of the notes done for you, and you'll get 7 days of chat support along with it. I also do have a special 30% off discount code for your listeners, which will also be in the show notes. So make sure you use that code while you book your intensive so that, you can get a great deal on that. So yeah, that's how you can reach out to me.
What a wonderful gift. I am so grateful for that. 30% off if you're just starting out, or perhaps you've been trying this whole marketing on your own and you are trying to figure it out and you can't, although you have graduated YouTube University. We are happy to share with you that there is hope, and Tanishka has shared with you her 30% off discount available exclusively for you listening. And so, Tanishka and I hope that you found this episode helpful. I'm so grateful that she was able to join us today. Lots of information. And I know that you enjoyed this episode. And if you have, and this is your first time over here, I would love to invite you to subscribe. But if it's not your first time here, or perhaps it is your first time here, either way, do leave us a review. And just like Tanishka shared, connect with her on the social networks. All the links to connect with her are in the show notes. And until next time, keep striving for success on your own terms. Thank you for listening. Are you looking to start a podcast and see this episode's show notes for my unique promo code to get up to 2 months of free podcasting service with Libsyn when you sign up for a new account? Get your show on Apple and Spotify and beyond. Get helpful audience building stats and all the support you need to sound your best. They can even do video. Bring your podcast to life and have your voice heard here, there, and everywhere with Libsyn. Again, see the show notes for my unique Libsyn promo code and get podcasting.